Bud Wilkinson invented winning. And here at Oklahoma, we uphold the standard. This is the Champion Standard Podcast, where analytics meet film and the tailgate fuels the passion. Touchdown! From deep dives in the film room to advanced stats that tell the real story. Ready? We bring Sooner football into focus like never before. The roar of the palace on the prairie, the legacy of champions, and the pursuit of the next one. It's all right here. So lock in, because this is Oklahoma football. This is the Champion Standard.
Let's go! Let's go! Go! Go!
Welcome back, Champion Standard. I'm Rob. I'm joined today with JY. We've got Alex coming in here later this evening. We're looking at trench warfare, looking at the battle at the line of scrimmage versus Alabama. You know, another nail biter. Defense comes in and is your most explosive output on offense, and basically playing offense. And offense struggled to get the run game going, really struggled with really inaccuracy. We were just talking about JY, the RPO game is off. Still, not consistent in the run game. Guys missing assignments. We've got a lot to kind of peel back the layers. I felt like in this game, one of the things that stands out, you had 11 drives. You had 5 scoring opportunities that's, crossing the opponent 40. You had 3 of those that went into the red zone. You had 15 plays in scoring opportunities, and there was no shot to the end zone at all. It was ultra conservative. They settled with, basically just, hey, we're going to play it safe. We're going to kick field goals. Doing that, our best offensive weapon is Tate Sandell. He's scored 91 points so far. 91. Mateer's at 90. Like, our kicker is outscoring our quarterback, which is pretty wild. The offense, you could look at the positives. They didn't turn the ball over. They, and all this different stuff. But I feel like there's, after we kind of know who they are, but even in this game, it felt like they got away from what made them who they were from South Carolina to even Tennessee, where, the inside zone and the duo, they didn't really run a whole lot in between the tackles to keep it simple, north and south. They tried all the, the RPO game, and they did all these like replays that, Mateer's not a really good inside runner. I mean, he always likes to bounce it outside. And I don't know. It just felt like there's a whole, like, it felt like we kind of just got away from what was working for us. And I don't know. What are your thoughts, JY? What's going on in your mind after this Alabama game?
Well, first, we won the game, right?
Right.
So that's huge. Missed opportunities offensively is the first thing that comes to mind when you go back and you rewatch the game, and you touched on it a little bit with Mateer missing quite a few reads in the RPO game. You didn't see a lot of the inside zone or duo that you had a ton of success with in the last 2 games. Even Ole Miss, when you look at that, when Xavier ran that big long run, busted that one. He popped one there at the end of the game at Tennessee a couple weeks ago. So I don't know if they're holding something back, maybe trying to get people away from that, or they're trying to get, and I don't think they are really, but they've got to get the RPO game going at some point, because when you look at the tape, Oklahoma left a ton of points on the field. They made Alabama's defense look a lot better than they actually played. It wasn't a deal where Alabama was physically dominating Oklahoma up front. It wasn't happening. The offensive line, I thought, played pretty well. A really quick, good way to look at it and look at what Oklahoma's opportunities in a nutshell were that they missed is right after the Taylor Wine strip sack. When they turned it over, Oklahoma gets the ball, I think, around the 30-yard line, 28-yard line, something like that. And you're going down the field. There's three or four different plays just on that drive where you can see that Mateer keeps it when he should give it, or he gives it when he should keep it, or, all the above. And I think if he can figure that out, it's not a talent thing right now. It's not.
Right.
It's not a talent thing. It's not an ability thing. I don't know if he's just having a brain lock and he's trying to do too much, or he's trying to protect the ball too much. Because, yes, they were conservative, but the A that you can take away from this team offensively is they did not turn the ball over.
Right.
They didn't turn the ball over. They protected it. They made plays when they had to. So out of all the mistakes, that we're talking about that Mateer made here and there when it was clutch time, when we needed a little bit of a drive there at the end of the game to kind of move the ball a little bit, you're able to do that. You're able to keep it out of Alabama's hands and let the defense regroup a little bit. Really, you made two big mistakes right there where you had you jump off sides when you're at, I think it's 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, and it pushes you back. And then you run a screen,
Yes.
which is wide open. The screen is wide open to sustain you right there. If they got to get a little bit more on the inside. I think, Wee Woo left a little bit early, and so did Fasusi right there. And because that's another opportunity, if he can just get the ball to Satania there, you at least get a first down, if not score off of that play right there. So, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but there were just a ton of missed opportunities. And you're in one of the toughest places to play. You're going up against one of the best teams in the country, top 5. 100,000 people against you, and you go in there and you win like that. That speaks volumes to the character and the toughness of this team. And if they can get this offense going, if they can get the reads to work, if they can figure it out just a little bit here and there, they don't have to be, Baker Mayfield in 2017 or even Kyler Murray in 18. They don't have to be that. But if they can figure it out, they can beat anybody in the country. They can. They've showed that. And I don't want to make Alabama sound like they're the 07 New England Patriots or something like that, because they're not. But it's one of the best teams in the country. And you just went on the road and won in two of the toughest environments out there. You got everything in front of you. And I like the mental makeup of this team, just continuing wanting to get better, the energy, the pep, everything that they've got going. I just really enjoy watching this team. I can't wait to see them Saturday.
Yeah, it's definitely not a talent issue. It's a mental and it's execution. I mean, it's reps, it's coaching points. It's, hey, did you see this? Hey, what did you like? One of the classic questions a coach asks a player is, what did you see? So that they can tell you what they saw, so you can coach them back and say, this is what you're supposed to, this is what okay, I see what you're saying, but this is what it has to be. And there's plenty of time. Like, there's still plenty of time. This defense gives you time. We can go play on Saturday, beat Missouri. Like, we have everything out in front of us. There's always time to get better. Go through film, go through practice. All these reads that we're going to be talking about tonight it's a simple fix. It's a simple thing. And it's just a matter of, are they going to get it done? I mean, that's all it is. Are they going to get it done? And Alabama, like, they're a great team, but every time I watch back through this game, I'm like, golly, we could have busted this game wide open. We own, like, the defense, the special teams. If you add a competent offense on this, we could have won by 2 or 3 scores. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, and I think like what you're saying too is, Mateer, is used to not being on great teams, right?
Yeah.
He's used to
Yeah.
having to play and I hate to say this, but he's used to having to play hero ball, right? He's
Yes.
got to do
Yeah.
more to carry his team. And I think something that's really, you know, he needs to just let the game slow down a little bit and be
Yeah.
sure of what he sees, because right now it's a half a tick too fast. It's a, it's, I'm trying to do too much. I think I see this and I'm just going to go because, man, he's trying so hard. And sometimes you just got to let the game slow down just a little bit,
Yep.
especially in that RPO game where you're making those reads, and God knows how fast that happens out there. So
Right. Right.
it's not like I ever took a snap at quarterback. I'm not even going to lie about
Neither am
that.
I.
I don't want to do that, but it's if he can just let the game slow down. Everybody's on Arbuckle's case right now. Oh, he's a terrible play caller and blah 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 blah.
Right.
That's not it, man. He's calling some stuff that's there. It's
It
there.
is.
It's there. It's there. He's just got to execute.
Yeah.
He's got to execute.
There's a lot of people saying that there's a problem with the scheme and the scheme is the problem and all that, and I'm not one of those. I feel like there's been some questionable calls. I feel like there's been some errors in execution, but as far as the scheme goes, the scheme, if it was executed properly, would have scored touchdowns. Like it just
Yeah.
would have. Now the only caveat I have on, like, again, the kind of when I kind of opened, was I wish we would see some more shots to the end zone. We saw a couple in Tennessee. We saw maybe one or two in Ole Miss, but in this last game, we didn't see any. And I'm like, I kind of want to see a shot with Giovanni Gibson in the end zone. I want to see some more shots when you've got, the ball on the 8-yard line, or like, for instance, on this, the Taylor Wine turnover. You get that turnover, you march down the field, you, that's the time to take a shot. The defense is on their heels. They're coming out on the field cold. They're in red zone defense. Now's the time to unleash a strike to the end zone. Take a chance, take a shot, and we never did. That's the only thing about that game as far as the scheme goes, where I wish we would have pushed the ball into the back of the end zone, and at least took a chance on getting a touchdown off of a turnover, or even at the first drive of the game when we're there on the 7-yard line. We went on a 3rd and 5 and 3rd and 6. We decided to run a little speed out to try to get the first down. Screw that, man. The defense and the special teams did their job. They got a 3 and out, a 42-yard punt. Go take a shot at the end zone. Let's get 7 on the board, because I think if you can take a couple of these field goals from Sandell, just a couple of them, and turn them into touchdowns. Holy crap, man. Like, you're dominating games. You're not surviving them. You're dominating them. So that's the only little nitpick I have on Arbuckle in this last game, was just, let's take, you got Giovanni Gibson out there. There's a big boy, man. He's a big boy. Like, go lay it up and see if he can come down on a 50-50 ball. I mean, that's the whole reason why you brought him in here in the first place, was because of his size. Use him in the red zone. So that's all I got.
No,
Before
I'm
we go
with
into film.
you. Yeah, I must be just said his frustration with Arbuckle is that we abandon the run and don't take deep shots. That frustrates me with BV, because ultimately he's responsible. Tell him to run the damn ball. And I don't disagree with you one bit. I wish we'd have saw a little bit more inside zone and duo, because that's what this team has done really well. But in Arbuckle's defense, in his defense, the stuff that he was calling, had it been executed properly, a lot of it was there. It really
Yeah.
was. And hopefully we can show you what we're talking about.
Yeah. You also mentioned that there was a question on TFB about the young guys and the development of those young guys, Boj and EPL and Fasusi. Really, I mean, these young cats that are manning, your bookend tackles and your left guard spot, which I've always felt like the left guard spot is one of the most underrated spots on the offensive line, because that's where you get a lot of your push in the run game. And what were your thoughts now from game one to after Alabama on these young guys that are developing on the O line?
Well, I like them. Number one, I think that all three of them are getting better. And I hate to sound cliche, but they're growing up right before our eyes. I know you've never heard that one before. They're doing really well. I'm pleasantly pleased or pleasantly surprised with how athletic Foji looks on the outside. He, in my opinion, when he was coming out and even coming up this year, I thought that he was more of a guard than he was a tackle, but maybe just because of his length a little bit, he's not a 6'6", 6'7" guy. He's 6'5" if he's lucky. So, I'm really excited to see him. You hit the nail on the head. You got bookends with him and Fasusi, and you got EPL there at left guard. So potentially with those three guys, and then you got Michaela in the middle, who's going to take their jobs next year, right? What do you do? I mean, in being greedy, the kid I would really like to see come onto the scene next year and really come out is Darius Afalava.
Yeah.
That kid coming out of high school, he was, the 225 rep test in the combine for bench press is a big deal, especially for offensive linemen. And I think he was already getting like 25, 26 reps as a high school senior, which,
What?
yeah,
Wow.
he is
Holy crap.
just bull strong. And when
Wow.
when you have guards like that, let's just play what if for a second. And you got EPL in the middle, right? You've got Michaela, who gets another off season under Schmitty because he's a junior this year, right? Maybe puts another 10 pounds on, 15 pounds, something like that, gets stronger. Technically he's already doing really well. I mean, he did get bulled a couple times here and there, but everybody gets got, right? That's what Beast Mode said. Everybody gets got. So you're going to have your bad plays here and there, but if you get a guy like Alpha Lava, if you take those guys in the middle and you think about a battering ram, if you're trying to break into a castle in one of these old medieval movies, because I'm kind of a nerd, right? If you look at the offensive line as the tip of the spear, the middle of it, where your guard and your center and your guards are, those guys need to be able to move people vertically, right? Goalpost to goalpost. And if you can knock people back with your center and your two guards, you can do a lot of stuff. And then let your athletic tackles pick up the trash on the outside. You can do just about anything you want as an offense. So that's my wishful thinking or hopeful, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I'm bad with words tonight, but it's you've got some dudes there that they're growing up and they're getting better and better and better. You saw the tackle come back in that had been hurt for a little while. Oh hell, the kid that came in, transfer
Simmons.
Western Carolina.
Yeah, Simmons.
Yeah, Simmons. He came in and played during the game Saturday, and I thought he played pretty well. But going into the fourth quarter, Foji was back in there at tackle.
Yeah.
And so, that speaks to the level of trust that Coach Biedenbow has. And really, when you look at it early in the year, the biggest knock that was on EPL was his ability to pick up twists, maybe getting out over his feet in the pass and, pass protection, things like that. He has really settled down and looked really good. As far as most improved along the offensive line, I would have to give that nod to EPL so far this year, just because where he was, maybe trying to do a little bit too much, maybe trying to body slam everybody on every play. And, ultimately you want that. You don't want to teach that out of him, but just being fundamentally sound and doing what he's supposed to do, it's night and day better than what he was at the beginning of the year. So
Yeah.
it's you got to do something in the NIL game this offseason to keep all those guys here, keep them all happy, because nobody saw the Caden Green thing. Speaking of Mizzou, nobody saw the Caden Green thing coming here a couple years ago, and the landscape of college football is different now. So,
Yeah, there's going to be some NIL decisions because there's a lot of good guys on the defense that are going to need to be re-upped too. David Stone is going to be, taken over as a starter, and yeah, I wish that we could see some like contract transparency so we could track ROI and stuff. I like that kind of stuff too. But yeah, talk about this offensive line. I mean, the EPL, my God, I remember last year he was wild. He was a wild caged animal. Just body slamming people. Versus Maine, he goes in there with a WE. Elbow. I mean, it's awesome. I love it. But
Right.
the pass protection has always been the issue with him. Early the year, I remember seeing him literally hop on 2 feet, like both his feet were off the ground, which is never a good thing. He is, with reps, just naturally getting better. Yeah, he's got a huge ceiling, and what a prototypical left guard to have. And of course, you got your Fasusi. I mean, I out of I just you're talking about a starting left tackle who's 18 years old. That guy is going to be a first round pick someday, and some of those concepts, like one of the concepts I absolutely love is wide zone. I love watching it. I love studying it. I feel like he's like the only player on our offensive line that actually does it correctly. And he's only 18 years old, and he's only been maybe playing. I haven't watched his high school stuff, but he's doing fantastic. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of positives to take from the O line. I mean, there's so much to take into next year, and yeah, I can't wait to see how these guys turn out. I think they're going to be violent. They're going to be violent next year. Okay.
Yeah.
Are we ready? Are we ready for some? Do you want to look at the line after the Taylor Wine turnover and look at those, and then we can kind of spot checks different stuff? Okay.
Sure.
Let's do it. Okay. Let me move some stuff. So this is the first play right after the Taylor Wine strip. And it was it Kendall Daniels that got it?
Yeah, Kendall
right?
Daniels ended up getting the ball. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to let it play. But
yeah, so right there, case in point, if you we can even look at the wide or the tight copy of it. Watch what happens if he just gives the ball to Blaylock. You got numbers. Yep. Blaylock's outrunning that linebacker. You got everybody blocked on the outside. And you can see it from the wide copy just a little bit better if you go back to the previous view. Just watch how we got it blocked up at the top. Right? So he's blocked. He gets out there. He can put a move on that linebacker. You got your receiver up there. Think about the 18-yard line. He's got that DB right there. If you put a move right there, he's to the outside. That's a 5-6 yard gain right there. It's not and that's just, I don't know if it was a called keep, which is possible.
No,
but you're running into numbers, and you saw this even before when we had the third down earlier and we went into the short side. You see it all the time. We don't scheme the numbers real well, but after all the counter and all that stuff takes place right here, just give the ball, man. Just give it.
Yeah, no self-respecting OC is gonna do some dedicated calls. You have to have the quarterback do it on the field. They have to
And
get
and
credit
even
for that.
yeah, and even right here, if he hits it up inside, if your tackle's looking for him to log block that, the tackle's got to do a better job right here. If the tackle comes up on number 10 right here, like you suppose, because
Yeah.
your guard's kicking out, right?
So
And
right.
Fasusi's going down on 0, which is the other backer, right? So
Yep.
this is kind of like a quarterback counter. What should happen is you got Foji. Foji made a mistake here. He's looking to get outside.
He
He
did.
thinks that he's going to log block that defensive end. And you got 2 guys blocking number 22. Whereas if he comes up in the hole right there, number 10 is going to get blocked. And then Mateer is right down that hash.
Yeah, that's where watching the counter game of OU this year, I don't know if they've ever made the distinction between if they're a counter trap or a counter sweep. Like if they're gonna if because some teams will say, hey, we are going to make um a non-negotiable kick. Like, and no matter
Yeah.
what happens on this defensive end, unless he gives himself up, meaning he like takes himself out of the line of scrimmage, we are going to kick him every single
Right.
time, which
Right.
makes all the chain reaction of reads easier. So then you can say, okay, if we're a non-negotiable kick, this guy's always going to be wrapping inside every single
Right.
time, and we know that the running back's going to follow him.
And
But
you see that here with that number 22 right there. Ironically, I think that's the Overton kid all of us wanted.
yeah,
Um, if you got a guy, what his technique is, he's slow playing this, meaning he's not committing too much inside and see
yep,
how he's staying square, and he's
yep,
not flying outside either. He's slow playing it, right?
right,
And a good call to your point, if you got a guy that's slow playing it, you want to kick him out.
yep,
You
exactly,
want to kick him out and make him pay for that, pay for his non-aggressiveness, right?
yep,
So
exactly,
Wee Woo does a great job right here. Good. If you look at EPL, if you run this back and look at Michaela, if you're going to run the counter, you have to be able to block down. And you look at EPL right here, he's got a 2-eye, meaning he's on his inside shoulder right here. Watch the movement that EPL gets on this. And this is a red shirt freshman going against Alabama in a big spot. This is a one-on-one block. He's getting no help because your center's got to get back to that A gap on the backside, right?
yeah. That's
So
special. That is a special block.
yeah, that's huge. That's huge right there. And if Foji just gets up on 10 right there, and you look at the inside shoulder of that number 10 right there, then Mateer's able to squirt through there, get north and south, probably break a tackle on that 18. And I mean, he's still got a couple yards, it's all well and good, but if you execute better right there, and again, like you said, when you're pointing at your head, it's in between the ears. And that's just a lack of experience on Foji's part. But then again, look at how wide open that is outside. You got number
Yeah,
0 flat footed right there if
let's
he gives the ball to Blaylock.
let's look at that. Let's look at yeah. This backer's got his eyes that way. He ain't making it. He's got his eyes that way
No.
too. You bust this through.
Yeah.
I mean, you're
Yeah.
looking at a one-on-one with that guy out there that's like 22,
Yeah.
23 yards deep. That's a good
And I
play.
like
That's one play. That's first down to another first down.
yeah, maybe a touchdown if you break one tackle, right?
Yep, yep. Okay, so see, we got a pass, we got a vert out. I'm assuming it's probably up here at the top. Yep, it's up here at the top.
See, and if you stop right, and you got the flag on this one, and he threw it, but look at how wide open that is. They brought a blitz. Look at that gate wide open towards the SEC. He could have just took off running.
Yeah.
You
Instead,
know?
he's taking the one-on-one shot. I don't like this. See, okay, we've had Mateer's had success throwing one-on-ones with Sategna, and it's
Right.
usually when he's at the slot and he has grass to be able to work. This is not. This is about as low a percentage throw as you could possibly have. When you've got a defender that is outside and on top of your receiver with the sideline right next to him, he's just gonna, at this point, he's already lost. He's just gonna squeeze that receiver to that boundary, and you're not gonna be able to throw this. You're absolutely right. The play for him to make is just to take the 3 yards. This is all free.
Yeah.
The defense
Yeah,
gave it to
because
you. Take the 3 yards.
yeah, he's gonna, the only guy that's gonna make a play because everybody else is in coverage. It's that free safety standing in between the hashes on the 11-yard line. That's the only guy that's gonna make this play because everybody else is turned.
Yep.
But
And,
you're
and
throwing
that's
a 50-50 ball, if that, it's a low percentage throw. And he's got to recognize the blitz because, you got to hand it to Alabama here a little bit pre-snap. I mean, this is ballsy on their part. They're trying to make something happen. So you're going against a quarterback that likes to pull the ball down and run the ball. The offensive line blocked it up really, really well. And because you can see the body language right there at the snap, that linebacker's coming. He is coming right now, and it pops wide open.
yep. See, you got squeezed to the sideline.
Yep. Luckily, we get you get a flag,
Right.
pass interference, and you'll see it wide open here. You can't even see the defender in the frame right there. You can see the ref, in the middle of the field. But you got the laundry. I mean,
Can't live on the laundry though.
you can't. You can't. That's for sure.
Double yo-yo, sidecar, inside zone.
See, and watch him. If he pulls this, look at what happens. Just pretend for a moment that he does not give the ball. Watch this. Just ride that a little bit more,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And the read's right in front of him. It's not where he's got his back turned. And you've got a lead blocker out there for you, too. This is kind of a load option look, right?
Yep.
So if you pull this and get outside of 42, if you go back to that wide copy, man, really, I think that's Carson Kent pulling across. He didn't really have to get anything on the guy, just kind of get in his way. Because if Mateer pulls the ball right here, just pull it. There is nobody out there. Nobody.
All you gotta do, you just gotta do one of those little shoulder dips into the defensive line, and then just stay square across the hash, and just wait for something inside, and he just takes a little walk into the end zone.
Yeah, and it's an exclamation point right here. Look at that. That is wide open. And that is not being physically dominated by Alabama. You are in their house with all of their blue chip recruits and all of the 5 stars and the recruiting wins and everything that you got going on. You have got, man, that is wide open. You just didn't execute it. So there's 2 plays right there that we've talked about post turnover. I mean, there's nobody out there, man. That's just wow.
I mean, that's where I'm like, I'm a little bit, just a little bit like, there's offensive coaches that are in the box that got binoculars and are watching this stuff. Why don't they not like call it back, get on the phone, be like, hey, we're gonna draw this up. So this is duo.
And you look at it, you get 5 yards off of it, right? I mean, with the real estate, they trade right there. You got your tight ends moving over.
Pretty sure this is all. I've always seen this like twice. So and it's been a lot. Yeah, this is. You just got your.
And it's kind of a split zone look there with Helms coming across.
Yep, I'm gonna go over here, take this guy out. Everyone, it's just double up. Double up, get vertical.
And look at the cavity. If that 3 technique isn't there, look at the cavity in the defense right there. I mean, there is nobody because you got that A gap on the backside because they've got to line up to the strength of the offense with
Right.
Kent and Helms being on the right. They have to. They have to honor that. But man, but just that little thing right there. You see how 18 widens out when Blaylock moves over?
Mm.
So he widens just a little bit. Man, if he can make a sharper cut right here and get on the outside hip of Fasusi, do a little jump cut
Yeah.
right there.
Get right. Gotta ride that.
Right. But
Gotta get as
but
close
even
as possible.
still,
It's all about space.
yeah, but again, Mateer keeps the ball. If it's a read, right? If it's a read, because you can tell Helms passes up the DN. So to me, that tells us that's a read. Otherwise, it's a bust on Helms's part, right? Whoop, right
Yeah.
there. And he's vertical. He's vertical. He's down to the 2 or 3 yard line because there's no way that after that 42 commits right there, Caden Helms is going out to that number 18 right there at the, I think he's on the 7 yard line, 6 yard line right
Yeah.
there.
So that's where I've this is Pierre and he's really damn good, and I've seen
Right.
this in a lot. Like, why not kick this guy out and then tell Mateer to read him?
Right. Yeah, or just kick him out and you just run a damn trap off of it, right? You just
Right.
run a trap off it, especially with that guy slow playing it like he is, because he's staying outside, right? And that's why Mateer gives the ball. But so if you trap that guy, if you kick that guy out, which Caden Helms has gotten a lot better recently, and he's shown to be a little bit more physical, I like your chances right there if you get something on that guy. But
Yeah.
at any rate, you end up getting 4 or 5 yards out of it. So it wasn't, I mean, it's not a horrible play, right?
Right. And this is the first time we've ran super counter all year.
I know. You got all
And
three of them, too. You got them,
and,
man.
and it would have worked. I felt like it would have worked, but
You just
I'll
got to
let you
stay
take
up
a look at it.
inside. You got to stay up inside.
So I have EPL, get the inside shoulder. I'm again. This is like that counter trap mentality, right? We're kicking out
Yeah.
the backer, wrapping on the inside on the mic, and then really you got a free player with
Right.
X Rob, and then
Mhm.
Mateer just slams in, just run.
Yeah.
I'm
But
not can't
but he
remember what
bounces it
happens here,
outside.
but he
He
bounces it
bounces it
outside.
outside. Yeah, and he's got it because you've got numbers right there. Right there. Stop. You see that right there? Get up inside there, right towards that O, right there. Get up in there. And even if, yes, you got EPL
You
is
just ride that hip, man. You just ride that hip if you're a
right.
blocker.
Yeah, just get up in there because, I mean, it's not a perfect block by EPL. And yes, he has him walled off to the outside a little bit, but EPL is so powerful. And with Mateer running right there, if you put your foot in the ground and get north and south, I'm telling you, you're going to give Venables a tough decision to make because you're down to the 2 or the 1 yard line right here on 3rd and 7, trying to get down
Yeah.
into the end zone. I mean, it's there. It's not big, but it's there. And you got 2 unblocked players outside. And you can't go outside. The unblocked defender always makes the play.
Yep.
I mean, the unblocked defender always makes the play. You got to go where it's designed. You are not Barry Sanders.
Yeah, he's not a good inside runner. He never has. He's never been that, and it's been frustrating. So this is the next drive. This is not. Hold on. This is first
This
and
is the one.
10.
If he just gives this one to Satania, I mean, he probably gets 10 or 15 yards off this.
So this is like our second to last drive before
Right.
the end of the game. Yeah. skill of play.
Yeah, because you look at that, your receiver's out past the hash right there, and I don't think you'll be able to see it right here. But as Satania's coming across, give the ball. The defender's flat-footed, right? And Satania, you got both of those guys blocked. Satania can get up inside that. Just give the ball. Alabama has it right there. Get up inside, right there.
Yeah,
And if you
has the
show
ball,
the
he should be going like right
yeah
there, and again you would have another one-on-one on a safety.
right, and if you show the wide copy, you can really see it there. But again, it's a read right in front of Mateer, and you see it right there. As Satania goes out wide, you can see it's right there, and you got that, and you're like you said, you're one-on-one with the safety.
Ugh, golly, man.
You got the guys chatting it up here. They say, who do we run the ball with? X-Rob, Blaylock, or Hurt? The availability report that came out here a little bit earlier tonight, you got X-Rob and you got both Blaylock. They're available. I think you're going to play with everything in front of us, with playoffs on the line and everything else. I think you see both of them. I think they try to sprinkle them both in. I don't want to say but rumors are that he's getting some reps in practice. You never know. But right now, I think it'll be X-Rob and Blaylock, because even though X-Rob was hurt a little bit, he's still in there at the end of the game, right? He's still in there at the end of the game.
I don't want to watch this play. I'm skipping this one. This is just gonna make me mad.
Okay.
This play makes me so mad. White zone's not. This is not right. There's so much wrong about this play. Yeah. It's so bad. Yeah. They need to stop. They need to stop calling it. There's no point in calling it. So we're kind of marching down the field here.
Yeah, this is the one with Giovanni Gibson, I think. Oh no, this is the one right here. He had Canick wide open early, and even Canick's raising his hand, jumping up and down on the hash.
It makes
right there a little stop route.
Right. Yep. Just put it right here on his outside shoulder. He ain't gonna get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He looks at him twice, doesn't he?
He
looks at him like right here.
Yeah, and look at the protection. Look at the protection. Yeah. I mean, zip it over there. And he probably gets to the 45 before he gets hit. Right? He's wide open. Look at Canick. He's gonna jump up and down right here.
So this is cover 8. You got quarters to the boundary, and you got cover 2 to the field.
Right. Yeah.
And he's just sitting there. I mean,
yeah, and you could have thrown it to the bottom of the field too. Right. Either way, you got two guys wide open. Protection's good. You don't have to bail on that.
But he's got to take JY. It's prerequisite to him to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 steps to throw the ball. God.
Well, yeah, and it's wide open. I mean, it's wide open to begin with. It's
that's going back to you said it before, hero ball. I call it hero ball too. I also call it just not being.
Look at that protection. Look at that. Look at that protection. The pocket's not getting pushed on you. Look at EPL. Look at EPL getting some pain. Pass the syrup, big boy. Look at that.
If you saw that, you could take this too. I mean, if you really were really just not seeing whatever, you could have easily just taken some free yards there on a 2nd and 6 and converted a first down. But if you can't hold the ball like that, hold the ball.
Yeah.
All right, 3rd and 6.
You got to throw the ball on time. Yeah. I think he gets Gibson right here for the first down. He's got a hot route right here, and he drills it. I mean, it's a good play on his part. As bad as the play was before, this was great.
Yeah, it looks like cover 2 to the.
He hits Giovanni Gibson right there on the 50. Bam. you know. And that's what would have happened the previous play with Canick. You see the guy coming off the edge, he gets rid of it, boom, done. And he can make a living off of those throws, but
Yeah, you
man, you
can.
just gotta.
You know, a lot of
Because
people have been talking about, hey, we need to push the ball vertically. I mean, we got to throw these 30, 40-yard plays. And I'm like, guys, you're not going to see those if you're not hitting these quick strike, stacking completion, high percentage throws. You can have a great offense with
right,
that. You don't have to be throwing it
yeah,
20 yards, 30 yards downfield just to be special. Like, you can be a great, I mean, Ole Miss, what did they do to us? What did Texas do to us? They stack high percentage throws, and then when they are getting their quarterback into rhythm, then they start going over the top. But even then, with this defense that we have and the special teams that we have, we don't need that. We just need
right.
sustained drives. That's all we need.
You hit the nail on the head, man. Just take what is there, because at the end of the day, you still only need 10 yards to get a first down, right?
Yep.
So if you just execute, and we've only looked at 6 or 7 plays, and he's hit 2 or 3 of them, we're still having success. But man, if you get a quarterback that can run this system, and I'm something's going on with Mateer's head. If he can figure it out in the next 2 or 3 weeks and go on a run, there's nobody in the country that can beat these guys, because you haven't seen the offense and the defense play a great game yet.
So this is funny. I remember this play. So look, JY, this is what I mean by kind of like just he's not a good inside runner. So if he
Yep.
were an inside runner, he would come right off this guy's hit, and then these guys
Yep.
would collapse down on him, and he would probably
Yep.
end up kind of like where that ref is. But instead,
Right.
for whatever reason, he wants to bounce it out.
Yep.
Ref barely moved, and then he ends up right here. So all this
Yeah.
energy going back and forth, the Energizer Bunny. I mean, you don't have to do that. You literally ended exactly where you would have been if you didn't
Right.
do all that. Just north
Well,
and
and
south.
he's running to his hard shoulder. Have you ever heard the term soft shoulder cut?
Yeah.
So what I mean by that, if you look at that linebacker there, his soft shoulder is to the side of the ref, right? His upfield shoulder, his left shoulder, is the shoulder with the strength, right? So his right shoulder is a soft shoulder. So you want to dip out on that guy, to get his weight going a little bit, and then dip back inside and make that soft shoulder cut. You're going to break that tackle 10 out of 10 times.
Yep.
See right there. Now get vertical right there. Because 55, I mean, you look at it right there. You got big EPL working up the backside backer. If he gets vertical right there.
And then we have 3rd and 4. You have the penalty.
You jump off sides.
Jump off sides, and then you come back to this screen. I'll just let it play for the audience. So I have a lot to nitpick on this. I'll let you go first.
Well, first off, in the screen game, as an offensive lineman, you need to get a little more than a 1 count, about a 2 count. That is too quick by Wee-Woo letting that guy go, especially up the middle. He's got to get more on that guy, and so does Michaela. Give yourself a 1, 2, because there's nobody there. You got to, when you're running a screen as an offensive lineman, you got to look beyond these guys on the D line, right? Because I know it's foreign territory for an offensive lineman to be running down the field, right? So you get excited, you lose your head, you're going to get your picture in the paper, all this other stuff. But if they get, a little bit more on that, and Fasusi does a little bit better job on his guy, look at how wide open Satania is coming across the field.
I mean, you got this guy's X'd out.
Yep.
This guy's X'd out. This guy ain't gonna do anything. Not with a full head of steam.
No.
Yeah, you touched on the other nitpick. You touched on all of them that I had, but also I had one other. I don't like him snapping the ball right here. The ball is snapped. Satana still has to take 1, 2, 3 steps, turn around, like he breaks down, then he cuts inside. I feel like he needs to wait
Right.
until he breaks down. You snap the ball, then and of course the offensive line. Right, you're right. You got to protect the inside longer. Then it's off to the races. But I felt like he snapped it a little bit too too early.
Yeah.
See, like
Yeah.
the
It was
ball's in his
just,
hand,
you know,
back, hit, breakdown.
and part of this, I mean, and I hate, if you execute, it's a great call, all these things, right? Blah, 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 all that kind of thing. But as an offensive coordinator, as a play caller from Arbuckle standpoint, you have to understand that you have a weapon. You've got potentially the first Lou Groza award winner in the history of the university on the sideline. If you
Yeah,
don't get negative yards right here, you're probably getting a 57-yard field goal out of it, even if you just keep it at the 40, right?
yeah,
So, I mean, Arbuckle has to think, okay, all I got to do is not give up a ton of, negative yardage. Let's kick the ball and let's push it out. And now all of a sudden it's 26-21, right? And they've got to score a touchdown to take the lead. That changes the
mhm,
complexion of the game. And I think when you talk about the self-scouting, because I will hand it to Venables in the sense that what they have talked about in the press conferences and things like that, where they do the self-scouting and they try to, see how they would attack themselves type deal. They seem to learn a little bit from their mistakes as the season has worn on, right? Because you
mhm.
think about it, against Ole Miss, if we don't fumble that punt return right there, I think Oklahoma ends up ultimately smothering them at the end of the game. And you're probably going to win a close one there. Really, you
Yeah,
got Mateer hurt against Texas and probably shouldn't have came back and played in that game. It was a shell of, and all the turnovers and everything else. That Ole Miss game was very, very, very winnable if you don't make a critical mistake. The difference
yeah,
has been against Tennessee and Alabama is that they have not made the critical mistake, right? You haven't
right.
made the critical mistake. That could have been one, where Mateer gets you out of field goal range. And I'm just glad he didn't turn the ball over right there. Jackson Arnold is there. He probably does turn the ball over. So it was good, even though you get the intentional grounding penalty right there. Let's punt the ball, go play defense, right? And
Yeah,
they did, and ultimately you made plays, but don't want to get too long winded on it. But hopefully they learn from that. I think they're going to win this weekend. I don't think it's going to be dominant. I don't. I think we score about 24. I think Missouri gets somewhere between 14 and 17 ish, 10. I think we're going to see Oklahoma load the box. They're going to make that quarterback beat them. They're not
yep,
going to let the running back from Missouri beat them. And
yeah.
I'm sure we can talk more about that on Saturday morning. The one thing we haven't talked about tonight is we're going to
Oh,
have our
yes.
first live podcast at the tailgate. So all you guys, if you're in Norman, you're around Oklahoma City, get your butts to the tailgate. We'll be at the Boomer Outreach Building parking lot. What is that, right off Cottrell? It's
Timberdale and
Timberdale.
yeah, Timberdale. It's right
Yeah.
next to the Cross Apartments. Look, Boomer Outreach Building. Look for the OU ambulance. We'll be partying there. I'll be there probably at 7 a.m. I'll have some bacon and eggs going for all you guys who are coming
Attaboy.
in. And
Attaboy.
yeah, it'll be fun, man. It'll be fun. I've never done a live pod. I've always wanted to do one, so we'll see. Hopefully it works out, but I think it will. I mean, we got internet out there. We'll just make
Oh
it
yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
Will it
So
to existence
yeah.
with positivity
Man,
and
I'm so
whiskey.
excited to maybe just meet some of the guys that have been on TFB for all these years. I'm an old man. I think, Kay started TFB and that was, man, I don't know how long it was back when Trevor Knight was throwing a
Yeah, I was
ball in the
there, man.
Sugar Bowl, man.
I,
That's how long the TFB's been going on. So I'm
yeah,
excited, man.
I've
Oh,
been
cool.
on
You're gonna be
there.
the
Yeah, yeah. Now, I've been on TFB since 2013.
yep,
It was the year where, yeah, it was the Baylor year, and it was
yep,
I followed with Jordan Esco because I was on
yep,
Crimson Cream Machine, and suddenly he just disappeared, and everybody
yep.
and someone was like, "Oh yeah, he went to Football Brainiacs," and everyone was like, "What the hell is that?" Like, what
Right,
is that? What is that
right.
shit? And then
Yeah,
I get
no
on, I'm
doubt.
like, "Oh my god, I like this. This is
Yeah.
really cool."
Yeah,
Uh,
when Kay hit me up, man, I said the exact same thing to him, and he's like, "Hey, I'm starting a site called blah blah blah." I'm like, "What the hell's that?" And so I'm right there with you, man.
yeah. Yeah, it'll be fun. That's been, the tailgate has been a really important piece to this champion standard project, is to have a tailgate where we all can meet up. And I'm fortunate to meet a good dude in Sooner Paco, who's another TFBer who is awesome. He's a tailgate veteran. He's been tailgating OU games for a long, long time, and he's got himself a cool, really awesome group of guys. I fell into an awesome tailgate crew. I'm so happy to meet them, and we're trying to build out just a place for everyone to hang out. And yeah, we've had some really successful tailgates. I feel like this is really our first real year of doing it, and Kay of Football Brains sponsored it. They gave us some dineros to spend on food and beer and stuff. So it's awesome, man. It's been really fun. And I honestly, man, I can't wait for next year. I know that sounds weird because this year's not finished yet, but with Missouri and LSU, I'm already excited for what we could do next year. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be a fun party. It's been fun, man.
yeah. Hopefully, if we get enough of these knuckleheads out there, maybe we could have more than one live podcast next year. You
Yeah,
know,
so I was actually a part I actually wanted to during the off season, I want to actually reach out to some other pods and have like 2 or 3 channel podcast like thing where we're all just together having
yeah,
fun. There's
absolutely.
Hall of Fame Hall of Fame football with Jason Watkins and Chris Griffin and Chris Mason. They have a great channel. I want to reach out to some other pods to just keep growing out, man. I mean, there's plenty of space. Once you see it, there's shade. There's plenty of space for people to grow. I mean, we've got enough space to fit like 100 people if we wanted to.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
And
I
I'm a
know.
fat
Like it's
kid too, so I can't be having too much sunlight, man. I gotta,
no,
you know,
no.
pig needs the shade, man.
Yeah, there's a building to cut the wind. So
Right.
when it's cold and windy, there's a
Yeah,
building. When it's
that's
hot,
what.
there's like 4 big ass trees that give you shade. So
And
it's a
that's a
great.
technical term, big ass trees. I mean, we're getting real scientific here, man. That's important
It
stuff, man.
it
It's
it is
important.
really it's a good tailgate. I mean, because you can park right next to it. I sent you where it's at.
Right, right.
Boomery Outreach Building. It's a whole parking lot. There'll be plenty of spaces. It's
Yep.
free.
Awesome.
Um, it's free parking right next to it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I like it, and it's easy out too.
Yeah.
Easy out of the
Yeah.
traffic. Perfect
Awesome.
spot.
Well, cool. I
All
think
right,
that's
man.
perfect to end it on. I mean, we
Yeah,
got
yeah,
right at an hour, and give us some stuff to get ready for Mizzou on Saturday.
yep.
And Alex will be there this time. I see Musvid saying there he's coming with Alex. So, it's going to be a ball. I can't wait. I can't
Yeah,
wait.
yeah.
I got Oklahoma 24-14 over Mizzou is my score prediction.
Give me. I'm gonna go weird. It's 11 a.m. It's gonna be weird. So give me a weird score. I'm gonna go. 26-20 OU.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
I don't think they
26 to
score
20.
20. I don't think they score 20, but
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
I go 26 just because I feel like Sandale's gonna get a lot of field goals. I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, I'm
Going
betting
weird.
the under on this. I think the over-under is 42. I'm betting the under.
Okay. I don't keep up with lines. I don't know. I don't.
I don't
anything
either.
about-
I bet guys at work. I'll bet them a soda because I'm so tight.
Yeah.
I squeak. I'll bet you a soda out of the deal. I think it's $2, whatever.
Yeah.
So
I do the same thing.
yeah, no doubt about it.
All right, guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in and listening. We love doing these trench warfares. They're awesome. I don't think you get better X's and O's for as long as we do it and everything. And like I said, we have a lot of fun doing this, and we appreciate you guys listening. So we'll see you next time. I got again a live Missouri pod, probably like 9 a.m. on Saturday. And we'll do a Sunday pod, which Brad and I will do on our instant reaction on Sunday. And then we'll do another trench Tuesday night next week. So thank you guys. See you later.
Like and
Boomer.
subscribe.
Yeah.
Hey, that is my standard. Champion standard. Champion standard. Yeah. Run my place, ayy. Keep up with the pace, ayy. If you don't got motion, then stay up out of my face, ayy. I be doing a race, ayy. 100 yards out of the way, ayy. It's time to lock in the field, baby. It's game day. 7 rings you can't handle. I'm on a champion man too. Walk up to my standards. Maybe that's something you can do. Maybe try a different angle. Maybe try a different play too. When you know you're the greatest, some people might hate you. Champ, yeah, I'm the champ. Yeah, I'm the champ. Champion standard, don't gotta put on a hat. Titles, you know we got that. Yeah, I'm the champ. Champion standard, yeah, I'm the champ. Champion standard. Hang my jersey in the rafters, I'm a champ. Champion standard. I'll tell you nobody's safe when it's time for game day. Put up or shut up, you know it's competitive. We will not ever take losses. Yeah, I be playing the game, but at heart, you know I am just really a boss. Youngin' or boomer, don't matter who's on that field, everybody getting sauce. Get down with the team, cause we really one-on-one, yeah. Hey, I'm the man, hey, I'm the man, yeah. Watch how we make fans, while we also make this cash, hey. When it comes to plays, there isn't one we haven't ran, yeah. Competition's getting body, that's no capping. Champ, yeah, I'm the champ, yeah, I'm the champ. Champion standard, don't gotta put on a hat. Titles, you know we got that. Yeah, I'm the champ, champion standard. Yeah, I'm the champ, champion standard. Hang my jersey in the rafters, I'm a champ, champion standard. Champ, yeah, I'm the champ. Yeah, I'm the champ, champion standard. Don't gotta put on a hat. Titles, you know we got that. Yeah, I'm the champ, champion standard. Yeah, I'm the champ, champion standard. Hang my jersey in the rafters, I'm a champ, champion standard. I told you nobody's safe when it's time for game day. I told you nobody's safe when it's time for game day. Champion standard, and we don't play. Champion standard.